video I'll show the use of Airfi CRM on example of a dental office business. My name is Mikhail and I am the founder of Airfi project. This is a free software with open source code which can be installed on your hosting, or you can use its cloud SaaS version on Airfi.me website. There you can find a lifetime free plan option for one user. Let me briefly list the main functionality of the application. As you can see on this list, you can plan doctor appointments, create employee work shift schedule, and so on. And of course, this is only the short list of functionality of Airfi. If your business is expanding, for example, you are opening a new branch of your clinic, the application architecture allows you to add the required number of branches. For example, now you have one branch, and you can easily add the new branch. One of the main functions of this application is the ability to schedule doctor appointments. For this purpose, the scheduling module was created. With its help, you can easily schedule an appointment in accordance with the doctor's schedule. The system tracks all existing appointments and will not allow you to schedule an appointment for the doctor's non-working hours or for the time when they have an appointment with another patient. To start scheduling an appointment, you need to do the next things. First of all, you need to create an account for each employee in your clinic. Then you need to create a work schedule for your employees. And third, you need to create a list of services that your clinic provides. To create a schedule, use this document. In this document, you can quickly create the employee's work schedule for any period of time. Select their place of work, create a lunch break, and, if necessary, mark the employee's not working days. Like in this example, this working example is created for a small dental office with 2 dentist chairs, where 2 dentists, orthodontist, 2 assistants and 2 administrators work. The administrators and assistants have a work schedule of 2 days on, 2 days off. This schedule can be created automatically using a special dialog window. So let me show you how to create a work schedule for a whole month on an example of one of dental assistants. So first of all, I clear the existing working schedule, select the place of work, start time and end time, select the first day, and click on a quick fill function. And now the working schedule is done. For dentists and orthodontists, the schedule needs to be created manually, selecting working days for each of them so that no more than 2 of them work during the same shift, since there are only 2 dentist chairs in the office. Here 2 and here 2, and everywhere no more than 2 at the same time. To schedule a doctor appointments, use the appointment document. Each document in this list is a separate scheduled or completed appointment. So let's go to any document and look at its components. In this block, we have a beginning and end time of appointment. Next, selected room, where the service will be provided. In Airfi, there is a room called department parts, or a part of the department. And lastly, this is the employee who will provide the selected services. The left side reflects all the details of the appointment related to the client and its services. We will dive deeper in this a little later when we will be creating an appointment. In the Appointment Documents menu, you can see that this view has an unpresentable appearance, since they are not distributed either by date or by doctor. It's also impossible to understand from this list at what time and to which doctor a new appointment can be created, since we don't see the doctor's free working hours. For a more convenient presentation of existing appointments and the creation of new ones, Airfy has a calendar. When we go to the calendar, we see the same appointments grouped by days at the month screen or by doctors on the scheduler. On the month screen, you can see the number of appointments on each day, all appointments listed, as well as brief information on each appointment, including its status and financial part. Appointments marked with check marks mean that they are completed. A completed document in Airfy is a document for which all changes have entered into force. Addition such a document is impossible, at least until the completion is cancelled. For example, if you complete the payment document outgoing payment, the money is debited from your account. Of course, not a real account, but the account inside your system, which only describes your real account. Let's uncomplete this document, and we can see that the balance is 30,000 and the debt is 1,000 to landlord. And if we complete this document, the money will go from balance, from bank account to landlord. And now we not out to landlord, and balance is less on the 10,000, and now it's $20,000. It's because this document is completed. If the appointment document is completed, it is simply closed for addition, and employees who don't have rights to cancel the completion of the document will no longer to be able to make any change of it. In this way, you can note that you have no questions about this document. The appointment took place, the patient received all the required services and fully paid for them. And now this appointment can be completed. There is also a filter system in the calendar that allows you to quickly find a patient display appointments only for a specific doctor, or for all doctors, display appointments in selected room, but now we have only one room, and fast navigation between months. To create a new appointment, go to the scheduler screen and select the date on which you want to schedule an appointment. The screen displays all the doctors. If the schedule area is shaded, then the doctor is currently unavailable. Also, if any appointment is already scheduled for this day, it will also be displayed according to its start time and duration. Let's schedule a patient for this time and until 5 p.m. This is done by simply dragging and dropping, after which the created appointment document opens. As I have said, these fields are filled in automatically. The name will be generated automatically, and you can also add extra information to the additional field. In the customer field, enter the patient's name. If he had an appointment before, he will be found by the first letters of his name. If not, enter his full name and contact information. The patient's record will be created in system automatically. Also, if the patient has already signed up for your services before, like for example this patient, then a list of his another appointments will be appeared in the History tab. You can open them and see what types of treatment were used or what services were provided during previous appointments. Let's add a service. It can also be searched for by the first letters of its name. Consultation. Cleaning. To save the document in the database, click the Create Document button. Now, if you close it, you will see that the appointment has appeared in the list. If necessary, I can reschedule it for another time of doctor's shift, just by dragging. Or reschedule this appointment to another doctor if he also provides these services and have free time according to their working schedule. For example, I can't reschedule this appointment to dentist to orthodontist because John Anderson doesn't provide the services selected in this appointment. So let's try to do it. And the system says that this employee doesn't provide selected services. But let's try to move the appointment between two identical specialists. For example, between two dentists, from this dentist to this. And as you can see, the separation was successful. Let's imagine that a patient who has signed up for an appointment has arrived. By opening the appointment, you can literally, with a couple of clicks, generate and print a completed medical care contract, which will include all the necessary data. In this case, an example of a contract has been generated, in which the data that can be inserted into it automatically is in bold. You can also print invoice for your client. Airfy uses customizable templates for printing, which you can change as you need. For example, insert the desired text, add the clinic logo, and so on. Let's assume that the appointment was successful. The patient was provided with services and paid for them in full. In this case, you can reflect the transfer of services and the receipt of funds. To do this, you need to go to the appointment and create the appropriate documents. A document for the transfer of products and services shipment, and one of the documents for the receipt of funds, credit slip to reflect the receipt of cash or incoming payment, to receive non-cash payments. These documents can be created and completed through this menu, but the fastest way to do this is with the function of quick transfer of services and quick receipt of funds by clicking on the button of these functions. Let's see how this is done. Please note now the balance between your company and the patient is 0. This means that no one owes anyone anything. So I transfer the services to the patient by clicking on this button. The balance has shifted towards the patient's debt to us, because he received the services but hasn't yet paid for them. Also, in the transferred column, the amount has changed from 0 to the equal of a sum column value. Let's accept money from the patient by choosing cash payment. Now the balance has again become 0. The accepted payment has balanced the transferred services. The value in the paid column has also changed, and all three of these numbers have become equal. The created transfer documents are displayed on the Documents tab. This is a document for accepting money, and this reflects the transfer of services. They have already been completed. It means that they have entered into force. As you can see, the green icon means that this document is completed. You can cancel their completion by clicking on these icons. Then they will disappear from this table, because this table contains only completed documents. So this is the ideal state of a finished appointment of patient and doctor. And now, if you want, you can complete it, and by this action it will be closed for edition. But before that, let me show you how it is displayed uncompleted in this screen. The document status indicator now has two arrows. The up arrow means the full transfer of services to the patient, and the down arrow means full payment. In case of incomplete transfer of services or payment, the corresponding arrows will be small. Now let's complete this document. And in the scheduler, it will be looks like this. It is also presented in the same way in the month screen. If the appointment can't take place for whatever reason, it can be cancelled. You can do this by simply changing the status to cancelled. In this case, the appointment disappears from the general list of appointments, but cancelled appointments can be seen by clicking on this button. Cancelled appointments will always be displayed on the History tab and in the general list of documents in the appointment sections. All your client's documents can be stored in files. It has a hierarchical directory structure, and you can create a folder for each client. For example, you took an X-ray for a client. You can save it in Files and attach it to Appointment in the Files tab. Access to files, as well as all other documents, can be restricted through the access system, because there is the system of roles, and you can set any permits of any roles. In the application, you can manage the purchase and write-off of consumables and show these expenses in the P&L report. It will be displayed in a write-off row. In the P&L report, You can also reflect the expenses on your employees' salaries. To create a salary expense, you must first accept the service provided to your company from the employee with the document acceptance. For example, this acceptance was accepted from dentist Lucy Thomas this work. And now you should pay for it through the documents outgoing payment or debit slip. Please pay attention on this tab. This tab contains a related documents scheme. Related means that documents in this group was created from each other. For example, from acceptance, I can create debit slip. And now you can see that this scheme is look like this. The related document scheme was created to improve the usability because it is very comfortable to have all documents of group in one place. Your clinic's performance can be presented graphically in the sales volumes widget on the main page. You can evaluate the performance of each employee by displaying the volumes of the work they have completed. You can also use the sales dynamics of services by category or individual services. For example, let's select these categories and display their sales volumes. It is without split by categories, and this with split by categories. Let's go over the reports again. The P&L report shows the performance of your company, displaying all income and expenses from company's revenue to net profit. Mutual payments displays the balance between you and your counterparties for a specific period of time. Money flows. This report displays the movement of funds in your accounts and also displays the total amount of funds currently at your disposal. So, I have covered only a small part of the ERFI's functions, mostly those dealing with the scheduling module, but the functionality of ERFI is much wider. For example, when you install an ERFI on your hosting, you get a pre-configured WordPress site with a WooCommerce store where you can post your products and services by creating an online catalog. To know more about all this and other ERFI's functions and features, subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to get notified when the next video gets published. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them in the comments. So long, until next time.